Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. All right, folks, dueling protest in Chicago over Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx for her refusal, for her decision to drop charges against Jussie Smollett. Chicago ordered police. They rallied outside of Foxx's office today, some wearing buttons that read, "Foxx must go." There was a counter-protest by the Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Oppression and other social justice organizations. That took place, but also Reverend Jesse Jackson, they also held their own rally, standing up for Kim Foxx as well. And so here is some of the groups going at one another in Chicago.
Get over it! Crooked cops must go! 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 Crooked cops must go!
No, she doesn't! No, she doesn't! No, she doesn't! No, she doesn't!
Must go!
No, she doesn't!
Crooked cops must go!
All right, let's talk to my panel about this. Michael Brown first. What still bothers me is that Mayor Rahm Emanuel said nothing about these cops. Of course, them costing the city more than $700 million over the last 14 years. Chicago Fraternal order police, they never seem to apologize for the cops as well.
You know, Roland, this whole thing's a mess. And frankly, I don't think there are any winners at all. Everyone's a loser in this. As you saw outside the city hall today, the police are upset. Obviously, the mayor's office, Jussie Smollett, he's a loser in this. There are no winners. Miss Foxx is clearly now a loser. The whole thing is a mess. And if the federal government gets involved and the FBI get involved and investigate, and clearly I don't call who, I just call him number 45. If number 45 really wants to bend and put the Justice Department on this, I don't know how it's going to become even more of a mess, because there's still that letter out there, and that letter that he dropped in a U.S. mailbox, that could be considered mail fraud, which is a federal crime. So we have a lot of issues that are going to continue to fester related to this. Obviously, the community is upset on both sides of the issue, just losers all over. So as long as we continue to have to fight these kind of battles in our communities about what happens in law enforcement, keep in mind, and I think a lot of people would say this, if there were a white actor that had the same kind of issue happen to them, would we see the kind of protests in front of City Hall? Would we see people saying, oh, it's because he was a white actor? So we have to keep in mind now, if the shoe's on the other foot, it's a black actor who seemed to have gotten some preferential treatment. So what happens after that? It's a mess. It's going to continue to be a mess. I'd love to hear Johanna's comments.
Johanna?
Well, the fact of the matter is, I think that the state is within its right, to drop a case as sees fit, right? If there aren't, for whatever reason, the state decided to not pursue this case. And people, because of the evidence that was provided to the public, people are now questioning, why did the state take this position? And those are valid questions, right? But I think that we just have to allow the system to take its course and do what it does best. It's not a perfect system, but it's our system, and we have to allow it to work.
Yeah, but here's the issue that I have. These cops, they want this to be a one-way street. They want to challenge Kim Foxx. They want to trash Kim Foxx. But they don't want to be held accountable when one of their own commits a wrongdoing. $712 million in taxpayer funds spent over the last 14 years. That is a problem.
And I concur 100%, but I think part of it is, we have to change some of our laws. And not only change our laws, we have to have funds. We have to appropriate funds to ensure that we are actually implementing those various laws, right? And also have a diverse group of folks who are judges, who are prosecutors, who are running the police departments in various states across the United States. So the entire system has to be remodeled, and there needs to be a complete reform of our judicial system, and it starts from the police department all the way to the judges, right? So again, these are definitely concerns that we have to address. Our system is not perfect, and as a society, it's our job to ensure that we have a better system. We put a lot of these people in office, right? So if we're not content, if we're not happy with the work that they're doing, if they're not executing on behalf of the people, we get rid of them. That's why we have elections. Now, some folks are appointed, right? But there is an election in place for a lot of these positions. So we have to be fully engaged in the election process.
Yeah, but you have, of course, we don't get to elect these police officers or the police union leadership.
Absolutely.
They love to complain about not getting their way, but they simply are unable to accept their own wrongdoing and what they actually do to commit crimes against the people. And
but
so
the police chiefs are
we'll continue to see what happens.
But the chief of police is appointed by the mayor, right? The chief of police is appointed by the mayor. Who is the mayor that we're putting in power, right, in office? So we have to look at those things because everything is interconnected. It's all about politics. If you're not happy, get involved with the political process.
Oh, I agree. But the point, Michael, I'm saying is this here to the Chicago police. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way. And you can't keep running your mouth complaining about Kim Foxx if you're unwilling to own up to the wrongdoing of cops in that city.
Absolutely.
Well, and you and I have talked about this, I don't know how many occasions, Roland, relative to these kind of things. Until the standard changes in courtrooms relative to police conduct, we're going to continue to have these kind of conversations because they are protected. They're protected by the law. We may not like it, but whether it's different legislative people in office, as you mentioned, Johanna, Roland, as you've mentioned before, holding people accountable, until we change the standard of how police are treated in a courtroom, we're going to continue to have these conversations.
You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible.